What is going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today, I'm going to go on a rampant speculation rampage, okay? So, yesterday was the news day. Yesterday, we got more news from Bungie than we've gotten in months. And one of those big pieces of news, the thing that really has people upset, is the fact that Bungie announced yesterday that there would not be a new raid inside House of Wolves. And this is really upsetting a lot of people. A lot of people who play Destiny, especially people who stuck with it since the beginning, since September, are really upset about this because this is their favorite part of Destiny. Running the raids with that fire team of 6. You know, all of these people that they have met and grown relationships for the last, 8 months now, that is going to end. That's how they see it anyway. But here's the thing. I truly believe that with the House of Wolves, Bungie is going to open up a level 34 hard mode for both Crota's End and for the Vault of Glass. Now, this is speculation, right? I have no proof of this, but I do have some evidence that I think points in this direction. Now, let's start off with that picture of the Fatebringer that they showed yesterday. So if you didn't see the post yesterday, Bungie showed off a picture of the Fatebringer and said that weapons, legendary weapons, will be upgradable from 300 to 365, which frankly is really shocking, not only because the Fatebringer is practically overpowered for PvE content, but also because Bungie has explicitly said this isn't going to happen. So they're going back. They're changing their mind. They've made up their mind. Yes, we're going to allow that old Vault of Glass gear to be upgraded. Now, why would they do this? What is the reason they would do this? Could it be that they want to use that gear as a reward for running this level 34 hard mode Vault of Glass? And could they do the same thing for Crota's End? Now, you'll remember that Vault of Glass was a big deal until Crota's End came out, and then basically people stopped running it, right? There was very little reason to go back to the Vault of Glass and run that raid after Crota's End came out, because a lot of that stuff had just become obsoleted. All the armor was definitely obsolete. You could get better armor from a vendor at the tower at light level 31. The Vault of Glass armor maxed out at light level 30, and so it was basically obsoleted by even vendor armor. And the weapons were maxed out at 300. There were a couple of weapons that, you know, they were so good when they were new that they could kind of rise above that challenge of being a 300 attack value weapon, like the Fatebringer. But for the most part, nobody runs Vault of Glass weapons anymore, especially if they've collected all of the Crota's End weapons, because Crota's End weapons just do more damage, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. Nightfalls, raids, it just, more damage is more better. So a lot of that stuff just got left behind. But with what they told us about these legendary weapons being able to get upgraded, if they use that as incentive to go back into a level 34 Vault of Glass, that could be really cool. And it would add value to the Vault of Glass. The Vault of Glass is irrelevant. There is no reason for me to go back into the Vault of Glass. But if there was new light level 34 armor in there that looked different from the Crota's End armor or looked different from the House of Wolves armor, that would be enticing, because instead of having a Guardian that looked exactly like everybody else's Guardian, I could mix and match items. I could get some stuff from the new House of Wolves content. I could get some stuff from Crota's End, Iron Banner, Trials of Osiris, and Vault of Glass, and all of that armor would be level 34. And that would be really exciting, because now instead of just having to have the newest armor, I could mix and match all of the stuff that I've earned over the last 8 months could be, you know, part of my repertoire, part of my armor, you know, choices. And that would be really exciting, not only for the look of it, but also for the utility of it. You know, if I'm fighting the Vex, then maybe I want to put on my Vault of Glass armor. If I'm fighting the Hive, I want to put on my Crota's End armor. And if all of that stuff is level 34, then I can do that. I can do that without taking a penalty in light level. And that would be really exciting, and it would definitely get me to run Crota's End again, or or Vault of Glass again. And I think that would be really good because it adds a whole bunch of basically new content. It's stuff that I've played before, but now I have a new reason to go back to the Vault of Glass, and I don't have any reason to go there now other than to help somebody through who's never been in before. But if they were to incentivize me like that, I could see that happening. And I think that would be a really fun way to do it. Now, it would also give raiders basically a new activity. Once Crota's End came out, nobody went back to Vault of Glass. We've discussed that. But a lot of people would find pleasure in going back to the Vault of Glass to get that newly upgraded gear. And there's a ton of people who came into Destiny when Crota's End was already out. Christmas of last year, Crota's End was already out. There was really no reason to run the Vault of Glass raid because you could get up to light level 31 using tower gear and go directly into Crota's End and get all the newest gear, all the best gear. So there was no reason to go into the Vault of Glass other than to just experience it once or twice. But the gear that was available in there was not really worth grinding for like it was when the game was first released. But if they put that level 3065 gear in there or light level 34 armor in there and run a level 34 hard mode raid, then the Vault of Glass suddenly is new content for a ton of players. And it's very cheap for Bungie to do. Bungie, does not have an unlimited budget. Let's face it. They don't have unlimited resources. So if they could add a bunch of content for a bunch of players for a relatively cheap price, which is what this would do, then it just makes sense. So I really see that being a big motivating factor on Bungie's part. Also, a big part of update 1.1.2 is fixing the bugs in the old raids. Why would they do this? I mean, Vault of Glass is irrelevant content. Why keep spending money, keep spending energy on fixing the Vault of Glass? Well, maybe because they're planning on having everybody go back in there when it's light level 34. When it's a level 34 hard mode raid, everybody goes back into Vault of Glass, and they don't want to see those same bugs they saw in September or October or November. They want to see this thing is fixed, and Bungie is fixing it with update 1.1.2, which is coming out later today. So, there's a lot of reasons to think that maybe the Vault of Glass and the Crota's End raids will get updates with House of Wolves. No, there won't be new raids, but the old raids will get updated content, will get updated difficulty levels, and they'll get updated rewards. And to me, that's really exciting. That, I have not had a reason to go into Vault of Glass for a really long time. And while, yes, I gotta say I'm disappointed that there's no new 6-player content coming out for the House of Wolves DLC, getting my fire team together, getting my raid team together, and going back to the Vault of Glass with a new, more challenging mode, that does have a lot of appeal to me. And a 365 Fatebringer, bring that on. A 365 Vision of Confluence, getting light level 34 Vault of Glass raid armor, that is very appealing to me. So this seems like a no-brainer to me, right? It seems like an absolute no-brainer. Now, Bungie hasn't said anything about this. We'll find out how to upgrade our old legendaries later next week. So we'll have to wait until then to see if, maybe this is the way they're going to do it. I certainly hope it is. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So let me know down in the comments. Is this something that would interest you? A lot of people, I think, would love to see Vault of Glass and Crota's End stay relevant. Are you one of them? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.